You've just crossed over into the Twilight Zone.
You unlock this door with a key of imagination. Beyond is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadows and substances, of things and ideas. No, this is not the Twilight Zone. This is... What it do? It's your boy TW, back at it again with another one. And yes, we are definitely uncensored. We got some things going on. Talk to me nicely. Best believe I talk back. It's like I always say, wouldn't be news and or content if we ain't had some things going on. Now, would it be? Now, in today's reaction, we got no other than Antonio Speaks. Family. All I'm going to say is this. He's actually doing the same thing in which he talks about baiting. He's just doing it in a different way. Shout out to Jew Almighty for first putting it out there. And now, in this instance, he decides to disrespect no other than, rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. And you might say, TW, why are you saying he disrespecting Kevin Samuels? Well, I'm going to show you why he's disrespecting Kevin Samuels. Matter of fact, I'm going to let him explain it to you himself. So, without further ado, let's get to this content, shall we? Yes, we shall.
In my videos, I always speak very positive of my black women. So with this being the case, I get comments all the time of people telling me I'm pandering to black women. What I've realized is that a lot of men online are red pilled. And with red pill and the ideology of it, it's very white supremacy based. And the thing about me is, bro.
Family. Do I need to explain more? He's saying red pill ideology base is white supremacist. What the hell are you talking about, Antonio? Red pill on the internet? We ain't talking about no Neo Matrix movie. We talking about on the internet, my brother. Was started by the Godfather, rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. And the fact that you are now integrating red pill with, I hate to say it, family, racist rhetoric is just completely diabolical. What was even more diabolical is the way he started off. Pandering. Oh, they're saying I'm pandering because... No, they're saying you're pandering because you are. You ain't slick no more. We're hip to you, my guy. Yes, let's continue though.
You can go online anywhere and just see so much negativity about black people, but black women in specific. And yes, don't get me wrong, black women have their problems such as every other group. I just tend to talk about the positive. You can go watch anybody else talk about the negative, all right? Back in the 60s, Malcolm X even said this. Black women are the most least protected group in America, and that still applies 50, 60.
So there you go, family. He just actually answered his own question when he said somebody said he was pandering. You are. Because then that means you have no room for truth. You believe what you believe. There's nothing wrong with, by all means, stick by the black queens. We must do that fundamentally first. However, wrong must be called out as wrong at all given times. So what you're saying fundamentally is no matter what they do, you're not going to call it out. You're not going to say nothing. You're not going to say that instance, what you did doesn't make you a bad person. However, I feel what you did right here in this moment was wrong. That's why they're saying you're pandering. But we're going to continue with the rhetoric at hand. and let him
years later, bro. And recently, I talked about black women in my Sexy Red video. And even though I was speaking in highly regards towards them and in positive aspects, I had so many comments of just people bashing black women. And I don't want to bring that type of energy here, okay? I just got to find a way of criticizing them without bringing in that negativity. Now, to get back on topic, today we're going to be talking about the red.
Real fast, one more. You see how he noticed that Sexy Red video? Go watch it, family. Go to Antonio Speaks channel and watch that Sexy Red and see what he did. You opened the door for the people to come into your comment section and disrespect the black people, rather the black women, because you, sir, made it about Sexy Red degrading black women and making them look bad. Who herself is a black woman. Make it make sense. So all the people that in fact were in your comment section, yeah, they belong there because you, sir, invited them there. Let's continue.
Specifically, if you're a young black man, these spaces are not for us. I don't know how many times I have to keep telling y'all that, but just look at all of the black people you know that are red pilled. And even just race aside, some of the biggest people in the red pill space, Myron Gaines, Andrew Tate, what do they have to show for their red pillness? They don't have a loving family, don't have a wife. What is this advice doing for y'all? It seems like it's just getting y'all money, but it's not reflecting into your real world. Myron Gaines is like a prime example.
See how he did that, family? Family, you see how he did that? He threw Myron Gaines and Andrew Tate up in there. Don't get me wrong. Yes, they were a fundamental beginner stage of the red. Yes, but then they were ostracized because what? They're jackasses. That's why. And they started talking bad about Kevin Samuels after he put them on. You see, he's conflating issues. He's negating the fact that they were actually no longer a part of the red pill movement, even though they would say it out of their mouths. The people that who are fundamentally were a part of that and pushed that narrative no longer dealt with them. So what this young man is doing right now is diabolically nasty, family. I said it. It's nasty and it's disrespectful. But we're going to let him keep putting his foot in his mouth because that's what he seems to like to do as of lately. So why stop him? What do you mean?
Well, I think he got his first girlfriend at like 35, and then she ended up leaving him for a construction worker. So it's like, this shit is clearly they're grifting off a young man. But no more talking, man. Let's get into it.
You start out, you're just like, hey, we just want to be better with dating. We just want better social skills, right? And then before you know it, you're talking about like women are dogs and you need to train them. When I was 17, I fell down the...
You hear this? This is what he does. He pulls up a white boy to talk about the red pill space. And the first thing the white boy says is what? You treat them like dogs? What is this shit? What is this? Boy, Antonio Speaks. This is disrespectful. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a whole lot of people out there that did not like Kevin Samuels. I'm not here for that. It's saying this is about what you're changing the narrative to fit your agenda. This is what these people constantly do. And I said that, yes, these people, because they're all the same. Officer Tatum's, the Myron Gaines, the Andrew Tates, the Anton Daniels, the Oshays, Bootlicking Jacksons, all of them are the same. You think I'm joking? Really pay attention to what they're saying. Now Antonio Speaks has just joined the party. You're looking at the narrative through the wrong scope. You're looking at the people that's behind the puppets. Remember, there's puppet masters and there's puppets. The rhetoric the puppets use are for who? The puppet masters. We have yet to find out who his puppet master is, because as far as we know, he doesn't subscribe to Christianity in no way, shape, form, or fashion. How do I know? Check his videos. He made a video talking about Christianity is also a form of racism. So now red pill is there's something up with this guy, family. But let's continue though. Let him keep talking and we'll figure it out.
the
It's
red
all
pill
diabolical.
pipeline, and
17.
I managed to get myself out about 5 years later. The term red pill comes from the movie The Matrix. So it's basically saying that you have a truth or knowledge no one else seems to have. They would say that society is gynocentric, which means that society caters to women.
All right, that's bullshit. I mean, white women really don't have an input. Yes, they birth the white men that run the world or the country, but it's very catered to men, especially white men.
Top 20% of guys. And this isn't true.
And there he goes again, family. You hear him? It's very catered to white men. No, it wasn't. It was absolutely not catered or about anything having to do with white people. You missed the whole reason for it. The reason for red pill were for black men to start standing up and taking control of themselves and becoming responsible, wanting more out of life. That's what it was about. Do not settle no more. Don't get in a job, a dead end one, and think it's okay to say, I'm stable. No, you're not. Strive for more. That's what it was about. But you have people like this right here, Antonio Speaks, now wants to change the narrative and spin it, just like they did when, all praise due, Kevin Samuels was alive. Rest in peace. They spun the narrative and made it something derogatory and nasty, like this man here is doing right now. Despicable.
Right. And if you feel something in your gut, don't let nobody change your opinion. And no one's going to think the same way as you. That's what I'm starting to realize now. Like, if everybody agrees.
When I say he's absolutely right about that, he is 100% absolutely right about that. You know why? I feel it in my gut, family. I feel it in my gut and I feel it in my bones. There is something not right about this young man right here. I keep telling you, wipe the wool away from your eyes, open your ears, pay attention.
Called Red Pill movement was originally about waking up from societal illusions, waking up from the Matrix. But somehow it got hijacked into a hyper-masculine, misogynistic ideology. And unfortunately for many black men, it became a very real reaction to a very real pain. The pain of fatherlessness, the pain of betrayal, the pain of systemic emasculation, social invisibility.
And this is what he does right here, family. He goes find the weirdest clips, people saying just anything, and he uses those to fit his narrative. Now, I want to ask you something, family. Respectfully, looking at this gentleman right here on the left, depending on what side of the screen you're on, the light-skinned brother with the beard, what do you say his position is? What do you think he does in life? Does it look like he's actually doing good? I'm just saying, family. Let's be for real. I don't know. I don't know him. He could be doing 100% well for himself. First appearance and the way he's talking. Do you think he's a person doing well for himself? Or is that why he's making the content he's making? I'm telling you, he's full of shit and he's baiting people. What makes me say that? Listen to his rhetoric. Every time he tries to make a point, he spins it back around black women. You don't need to do that. Yes, it's a beautiful thing to talk about them because we the shit. However, you don't, family, pay attention to what these people are doing to us right in front of our eyes. Now, does that make this man a bad person, family? Absolutely not. We don't know him personally. He might actually be a very good person. He might just be baiting to get his money. If that's the case, we don't hate him. We don't hate on him. Get your money, boss. Hustle, grind, do what you do. However, family, we must keep them all what? Foot on necks to let them know we know what's going on. Yes, get your money, do what you're doing. But we know what you're doing to get your money. We ain't hating though. And with that, you already know what it is. I mean, nothing more, nothing less to be said about this dweeb right here. Just know that was really nasty and despicable what you did, Antonio, and you disrespected, rest in peace, KS. We gonna get to this next reaction. Are we? Yes, we shall. Family, as you can definitely see in this reaction, we got no other than Brandon Tatum himself. He had some things to get off his chest. I swear to your family, I think he's a straight up and down hater. But you know what? We're going to let him get to it and say what he got to say because he can do it better than we can. Sure enough.
Silly as he is, it makes me feel like he'll be a chameleon. He'll come on the show and act like he don't really disagree with me. Or that he got some, it'll be a big wussy in the show. Because I wouldn't bring him on and be like, hey, welcome to the show, Nick Fuentes. I'd be like, I don't like you. I think you're a scumbag. I would put my hands on you, but I'm trying to be a good Christian. I despise you. But I'll let you say, maybe I'm wrong. What do you got to say? I have my thing. You said you support Joseph Stalin. Like Ted Cruz just said he's a Zionist and Tucker mauled him. This fool said he supports Joseph Stalin. And I guess we'll come back around to it. No, it'd be like, you said Charlie Kirk was a fake Christian. Explain yourself. You said you've been effing Turning Point for the last several. Explain yourself. You said on Candace Owens' show that you are racist. Explain yourself. You said on Candace Owens' show you don't want a race mix. You are racist. Explain how you're not a racist right now. That's what interview I would have. Why are we gushing over each other, smelling butts? Turning Point. Do you see the person that's on stage? I don't know how many times I got to say this. And people got mad at me and said, Brandon Tatum, you dividing the movement. I simply said he's antithetical to the mission of Turning Point USA. The stuff that he's doing is antithetical to what Charlie stood for. At some point, somebody got to drop their nuts and say, I can't have you out here doing this. We got young, impressionable young men, and this is what you infusing in their mind. Next thing you're gonna have Nick Fuentes up.
Family. All I'm gonna say is this: in the shiznai was that. Did you hear that man just rage out? Turning Point. Do you see who's on the stage? He lost his mind just now. Holy schmoly. But here's the kicker to what old Brandon Bootlicking Tatum had to say. Somebody else had to say a little, and I think we should hear what he had to say. Good old Hughley. Let's hear what he had to say, shall we? Yes, we shall. Let's continue.
Refresh your memory. This is Sonya Massey. She called the police. She was under mental duress. This officer, Sean Grayson, unalived her, and he was charged with murder. And today, a jury reached a decision that he would be charged, found guilty of second-degree murder, up to 20. He could serve up to 20 years. And the trial started on October 20th. 29th, we have a conviction. But this is Officer Brandon Tatum.
This is justified, but it could have been avoided, but still justified. You can't throw boiling water on a police officer and not get shot.
Here, grab your ID for me. Okay. Your ID. One task at a time, so let's do it.
She seems to be someone who's struggling mentally. They asked her to go and turn that fire off because they didn't want it to catch on fire while they were over there talking to her. And this is what happens next.
Huh? Where you going? Away from your hot steaming water. Away from my hot steaming water? Yeah. Oh, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Better fucking not. I swear to God, I'll fucking shoot you in your fucking face.
Do I agree with the way he articulated what he said? No. I don't like when officers talk like that because this is what happens. When you end up shooting somebody, you already look like a deranged fool.
Drop the fucking pot! Pot!
If there's a black woman that's involved in any incident, they are automatically want to indict the police officer because they're white. They make it about a racial thing. They compared this woman to Breonna Taylor. It's so disingenuous.
Now, obviously, Officer Brandon Tatum didn't think that the officer, he thought that his tactic was wrong, and he didn't argue whether he should be hired or not, or whether he was a good cop or not. He said he wouldn't defend him, but he believed, the only thing he believed was that his killing of Sandra Massey was all right. It was textbook, that it was okay. He also believed this.
I still think Sean Gracie got done dirty in the court of law. However, I'm not backing that guy. He was a dumb, ignorant police officer, and I think that the perpetuation of his behavior over time led him to end up getting convicted. But I got more to talk about in this video, so you stay tuned. You don't want to miss
that they would have a hard time finding guilt in this case because he believed the pot of boiling water was a deadly weapon, which we now know that the jury didn't buy. I will say that I am so glad that Officer Tatum is no longer a police officer. I'm also glad that the jury didn't see things the way he did, that they didn't have the same lack of appreciation for black lives as he seems to. And I pray this. I pray that his children never come across an officer who has as little respect for black life as he does.
Family, there you have it. That was diabolical on DL's part. You want to be over there raging about that nonsense? We ain't forget about what you did over here and what you said about this instance. And look what happened. Wow. That is nasty work. What you think about that, family? Talk to me nicely. Best believe I talk back. But anyway, let's get to this next reaction, shall we? Yes, we shall. Well, family, you guessed it. In this reaction, we got good old Oshay Simp Jackson reporting to you live for who? No other than the puppet master, Anton, the puppet master Dames. Now, this right here is going to be very, very interesting, family. When I say this reaction is going to be interesting, it's going to be downright diabolical. Because in my last video, I come to realize who was the person that was actually writing me in the text messages under an anonymous name. And you know who that person was? It was the puppet master himself, Anton, the puppet master Daniels. So, what are we going to do now? We're going to get into some receipts. Now, family. I know what you're saying. That thing right there, rather small. Well, hey, no freaky, it is. However, if you go back to my last video, which I encourage you to do, you see in a different angle. But this is just for, how you say, rhetoric, commentary purposes, real quick, to give you a quick analogy on something. Now, Mr. Black Bolt 1 at T the uncensored reaction. Now, as I said, Mr. Blackboard 1, I believe, is no other than who? The puppet master, Anton Daniels himself. I'm going to explain to you why. First, I'm going to read this for you real quick. Now, you are showing that diabolical is the state of mind you operate from. My comment was simple deduction of immorality. Jealousy, one of the 7 deadly sins. You are jealous of Anton because he is rich and powerful, black person, and you are not. First and foremost, like I said in my last video, I'm not jealous of you, you jackass. What is there to be jealous about? Maybe these other wanksters, Simpson weenies, might be jealous of you. Maybe that's why Oshay, the Simp Jackson, joined your team. Not me, cocksucking weenie eater. But anyway, let's continue. He says, he is this despite he does not expose the blackety black rhetoric while you do. Remember that blackety black rhetoric. You see, family, you know there are people that have, what is it called? Ticks. And I don't mean ticks like the bug, but I mean ticks like bugs. Sometimes they have sayings that they use that they will also write as well as say and not realize fundamentally that they're doing it. But anyway, let's continue. Is being significant while you are being unsubstantial. Cuts deeply. Anton's success means you are wrong in so many ways, and no man can accept that. LOL. Welcome to the world of the real. Now, the reason for this was to give you a little receipts because he likes to use the word blackety black in his rhetoric. See, this is how you got caught, puppet master, trying to be slick, writing somebody a fake name because you ain't man enough to confront me directly. So, what we're going to do, we're going to actually get to the commentary where
you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't experience that with other people. You just genuinely don't. Like, Arabic people, they love you. White people, they love you. Chinese people, they love you. Hispanic people show love. And a segment of black people show love. But I in my life, and it don't even matter of like whether you conservative, Republican, Democrat, or whatever like that. I can't, even people that's like blackety black, you can't, most people have experienced the negativity.
What did he say, family? Family. What did that man just say? Even the people that's what? Whoa. We can't skip past that. We got to rewind that for a second. Say that one more time for us.
I can't, even people that's like blackety black. I can't, even people that's like blackety black. Even people that's like blackety black.
Family, if I'm lying, I'm flying. You can't make this shit up. This weenie eating puppet master here wrote me in the messages a real derogatory message too. It had the nerve to say, I'm jealous of him. Weenie eater, you ain't man enough to even write me from your real account. What the hell would I be jealous of you for? I am man enough to write you directly and say what I am saying to you. You not. You see the difference? Money don't unlame you, you weenie eater. That's the problem with these cocksucking weenie eaters. They think because they got money, it makes them not a lame. It don't go like that, my man. You just a lame with money. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. But anyway, as I was saying, we got to go back to Oshay, Simp Jackson. We got to get some more rhetoric from him because he had some things he had to say as well. So let's get to that, shall we? Yes, we shall. We'll get back to you later, Puppet Master.
Since you wanted to talk behind folks' back and be shady, they did what they were supposed to do, which is make 80 videos on your ass and run the bag up. And guess what? I also run the bag up. I've made thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars running the bag up on your ass too, because you deserve it. You're not to be trusted. The only people that Myron will show loyalty to are white supremacists, dudes who don't even like him, dudes who call him all kind of saying in words and talk about his country and talk about he need to leave. See, he'll be loyal to them dudes, but he'll never be loyal to the black dudes that tried to give him an opportunity. He'll never be.
Yep, family, you absolutely heard Oshay Jackson right. Actually, I said that wrong. You absolutely heard Oshay Simp Jackson right. All that smoke for Myron and everybody else, but none on the Puppet Master Daniels. You heard him. They need to talk it about you. They need to run the bag up. Me, myself, I ran up hundreds of thousands of dollars making videos about you, Myron. Is that right, Oshay Simp Jackson? Guess what here, buddy? I am now going to do the same exact thing you do to everybody else to you until you understand that Anton, the Puppet Master Daniels, ain't no the same people who you said Myron makes his videos for, the same people you say Tatum makes his videos for. Who does your boy Anton, the Puppet Master, make his videos for? Huh? Let's see. Let's continue.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't experience that with other people. You just genuinely don't. Like, Arabic people, they love you. White people, they love you. Chinese people, they love you. Hispanic people show love. And a segment of black people show love. But I in my life, and it don't even matter of like whether you conservative, Republican, Democrat, or whatever like that. I can't, even people that's like blackity black, you can't, most people have.
There you go, family. Who gives him the most love? Asian people. Who gives him the most love? Latino people. But who gives him the most love of all, family? White people. I ain't making this up. He's saying it out of his mouth. Oshay Simp Jackson. It's only a small fraction of black people that get it. Ain't no different in what Myron, Brandon, or any other of them is saying. That's the point right there. With that said, family, if you stuck around this, please give yourselves a round of applause because I appreciate you. Now, if you're new to the channel, please like, share, most importantly, subscribe. Turn your bell notifications on so you know when I'm dropping my next video and or when I'm going live. But most importantly, leave me a comment. Talk to me nicely. Best believe I talk back. With that said, y'all already know what it is. It's your boy TW. And yes, we are definitely uncensored. After these messages, but first, don't forget that motto. 9 to 5, that's to make a living. But 5 to 9, that's to make a way of life. If you don't believe anything, you best to believe that. Where was I? Oh, yeah. After these messages, I will be right.
Bang, bang. Stand tall or lose it all, lose it all. So what you wanna do, huh? Stand tall on your feet or lose it all, lose it all. So what you wanna do, huh? Stand tall on your feet or lose it all, lose it all. So what you gonna do, huh? Stand tall or lose it all, stand tall or lose it all. I get to gunning like like a gangster movie. This ain't no gangster movie, homie. This is real life, one of a kind. I'm not different, I'm a rare